Hello, Calc. Hope everyone's feeling better. It is the video that you'll be watching after Wednesday's class, which is the 4th. So, as we are in review mode, I'm picking certain topics from the past to kind of bring them back to mind. And tonight we're going to look at the trig functions and their derivatives. So, didn't do a whole lot with those, so I want to make sure they stick. So if I have y equals sine x, the derivative, you'll recall, is cosine x. And if I have y equals cosine x, the derivative is negative sine x. If I have tangent x, so these work together and these work together, y equals tangent x, its derivative is secant squared, and before you would take an AP test you would definitely have to know these by heart. Let's put y equals cotangent underneath of this one. Y prime is negative cotangent, what am I doing here? Yeah, I want to put y equals cotangent, so the derivative is negative cosecant squared x, and when we have y equals secant x, the derivative is secant tan, and last box to fill in, when y equals cosecant x, y prime is negative cosecant x cotangent x. Alright, so hopefully you could, hopefully some of those are settled in your memory. If not, take some time and memorize those. Alright, I think all I'll do is one example. I'll be giving you about 10 of those to do that exercise this idea. I'll show you one. 5 of them will be pretty straightforward, and the rest will be a little sloppy-fied, but we're good at slop, so alright. Let's go with it. Suppose I have that expression. I asked you to find the derivative. So, first of all, I recognize that this is something raised to the 2. So go ahead and pause the video and see how far you can get with this one. And then turn it back on and check it. Alright, you're back. So this is something squared. So the 2 runs down in front. The something is unchanged. And this is reduced by 1, so 2 becomes a 1. And then that is, then it's followed by the chain rule, where we find the derivative of that something. This something is a quotient. So I'm going to do the bottom times the derivative of the top. The derivative of tangent is secant squared minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. The bottom is 0, but a minus tangent is going to be negative secant squared x all over the bottom squared. Alright. So hopefully you got that far, and did you clean it up? Let's see if you can clean it up. I see, I'm just going to pull the 2 and the tangent x, and I see this 1 minus tan x on the denominator here and 1 minus tangent x squared. I'm going to combine those in the denominator. Tangent x cubed. Alright, now in the top here, So I took care, I wrote this out, and combined this, so I'm left with this mess in here. And I always try to factor it. It seems to simplify things better. So I see that this term here has a secant squared, and so does this one. So in front of this, I'm going to pull out a secant squared. And that leaves a 1 minus tangent x from this term, and a minus, a plus because of the double negatives, a plus tangent x. Well, that's cool. Alright, you see, usually when you factor, things bleep out. So we get a minus tangent and a positive tangent in this expression, which cancel out, and we have a 1 times this, so we won't worry about the 1. So I end up with y prime equals that expression, 2 tangent x secant squared x over 1 minus tangent x quantity cubed. Alright, so that's the kind of thing that we'll be looking at, and that's all I really want to say about it tonight. So till we meet again, good night.